Have you ever wondered how the ancient Greeks had used forced hot air to open the massive temple doors at the Parthenon? Machu Picchu in Peru stands with architectural design that is even with our knowledge today. How did ancient Britons move massive stones across the English countryside to build Stonehenge? How were the Egyptian or Mayan pyramids built? Who designed them? Ancient Chinese warriors had rockets. Byzantines had flamethrowers. How can this occur with an evolving species? Knowledge to build these things was much greater than our capabilities at the time. There is a theory that we were here before and we will be again. Kindly let me explain to you something I call the hammer theory. There is a cataclysm right now and much of the planet changes. Almost all human beings are wiped out. Let us say, for example, that for whatever reason, karma to plain old dumb luck, if you will, an apartment building stands strong with its occupants alive. Let us assume they are exactly the same as us, for this example. They have basic tools, a hammer is one for example, and they know how to use it. They breed, and their numbers grow over time and continue to pass the knowledge to their children and grandchildren. However, one day something happens. The hammer breaks. No one knows how to make metal. What can they do? They build a facsimile of the hammer with the materials that are available to them. They then would have to wait until metallurgy is learned at a later time during the revolution. Forgive the simplicity of this example, but it does make sense, if such a horrible event were to occur. Over time, due to tribal natures of early humanity, as we grow in numbers, less persons would have the knowledge of the past forwarded to their generation. How long have we been here? New findings in Israel in 2010, a wisdom tooth believed to belong to Homo sapien, would tell us that we would have been here for at least 400,000 years. This is relevant, as the oldest finding previous to this is a human skull that has been dated to 160,000 years ago. These have existed at the same time as 6 other species of hominid, which would bring to question Mr. Darwin. I believe he is right, but did not have the complete picture. However, that is better for another article. Tel Aviv University team excavating a cave in central Israel said teeth found in the cave are about 400,000 years old and resemble those of other remains of modern humans, known specifically as Homo sapien, found in Israel. The earliest Homo sapien remains found until now is half as old. If you can imagine how many changes on the earth occur in a lifetime, now imagine, if you will, what changes would happen in 10 lifetimes, then 10 lifetimes, then 10 more lifetimes, and so on. Considering how long we've been here, and how many global cataclysms that have occurred, it could be feasible that we have been here much longer. However, in Jerusalem, Israel, in accordance with NBC News, archaeologists said they may have found the earliest evidence yet for the existence of modern humans, and if the find is confirmed, it could upset theories of the origin of human beings. The age of our Earth is another story. Most scholars agree that the Earth is around 450 billion years old. There is a new theory that the Earth was older during its formation stages. However, for now, we have 450 billion years. By dating the Earth with the means of measuring isotopes from meteorites that fell from the sky, we can get our most active dating as between 4.53 and 4.58 billion years old. The solar system is 4.54 billion years of age, and the Milky Way galaxy, based on the stage of evolution of globular cluster stars, is an estimated 10 to 15 billion years old. That is a lot of lifetimes.
Undersea divers off of the shores of Japan in 1986, close to the island of Yonaguni-jima at the southern tip of Japan, noticed strange structures about 25 meters below sea level. They appeared to be stepped structures with terraces and ramps. They were pyramid structures that were 600 feet wide and 90 feet high. They appeared to be stepped structures with terraces and ramps. They were pyramid structures that were 600 feet wide and 90 feet high. They had 5 separate levels of stone blocks with what appears to be roads surrounding the structure. Teruki Ishii, professor of genealogy at Tokyo University, who determined that the submergence occurred at the last end of the Ice Age, which was 10,000 years ago. A number of tools have been discovered both on land and in the sea around the structures. This could be our link, an older civilization destroyed by a warming, volcanic, cooling event that occurred 12,000 years ago. Much of mankind prior to must have been erased by water, land movement, volcanic magma and ash, ice recession, and extreme water rise at the end of the cooling period. This could be our link to a much older past, to suppose that we could repeat in cycles, creepy but interesting. In fairness to all, and to science, the site has its critics. This is possible as it would have experienced both wind and sea erosion in its long life, possible that the volcanic nature of the surrounding waters could have carved it. However, this does not explain the fine detail on carved hieroglyphics. This would not account for the detail on statues and tools at the site area. A result of an apathetic scientific community in the acceptance of the site as a man-made structure, Japanese officials do not recognize the site as one of cultural importance. No further plans for research are being pursued. On April 5th, 1998, a massive 7.7 earthquake struck the area by the pyramids. It is unknown if the structures were damaged. We must study these things quickly and thoroughly, no messing around. This one could be very, very important to us. To miss the opportunity would be tragic. There are, however, many examples from history that also validate a strong case for our hammer theory. We have many examples to choose from. Our first is Heron, whom in 10 to 70 AD exhibited modern physics but only had use of the tools of the day. Heron fits our description. Let us learn a little upon his past and perhaps ours. Thank you for viewing. Join us next time for Have I Seen You Before? Part 2.